Hey everyone, it's Dr. Detroit here, the doctor is in, and welcome back to NASCAR Heat 5 in our NASCAR Xfinity Series full season playthrough. Today we are at race number 5. It is the SportsClips Help a Hero 200 from the Darlington Raceway presented by the VWF. It's also our throwback race as well. Now, you may not necessarily see a bunch of throwback paint schemes in a particular race, but we do have one. If you look at the back there, it's a little bit tricky to see, but you guys will see it when we get into the garage. But that is a throwback to former IndyCar driver Pancho Carter. And when we get into the garage, I'll show a picture of the actual car side by side with this, so you can actually see exactly what we're running. But if you missed the last few races, they have been some pretty good ones. Back at Auto Club Speedway, we won the race there in dominating fashion. And then we went to Phoenix. We finished second behind Riley Herbst, which that was actually pretty cool. And we know we have a good car for it, but it was definitely a race that was, it was, to say the least, it was very eventful. So thankfully, we finished strong there. Let's take a look at the playoff standings currently. So us, Riley Herbst, and Harrison Burton are the only three that are officially locked in. You can see that Michael Annett is hanging tough in there, Brennan Jones, Chastain, Gregson, Ryan Sieg, even Austin Cindric, and then down here, Anthony Alfredo has squeaked himself in. The need points category. As you can see, Jeff Green is 23 points behind, and you may even notice too that Vinnie Miller is listed twice, because at this point he would need to win, especially with things that are going on right now. Here's the regular season standings, and as you can see, we have a big lead over Michael Annett, and Brennan Jones is hanging tough in third. Fourth is Riley Herbst, and if we continue back down this way, you'll see that Harrison Burton dropped a few positions here, so he's currently 12th in the season standings. So Darlington's going to be a fun race. It's going to be a nighttime event. So let me go get this car qualified, and we'll see where we start in the field. This is my first time actually doing Darlington in this game anyway. So once again, this will be a test race because we go see Darlington later on in the season. So let me go get this I can't even speak today. Let me go get this car qualified, and I'll meet you guys on the grid momentarily. 15th. That actually was a very good lap time. We got a really, really good car. Anyway, there's a better look at the paint scheme that we have. We also have a new font for the number, just for this throwback race. And you can see on screen the actual Pancho Carter car that we are throwing it back to. So it's a 75 lap race, or 74 lap race, I should say. Tires are going to be a huge factor in this race. No taking 2 tires, definitely not going to be taking no tires. We are going to be taking 4 tires every time that we come to pit road. Well, at least when everybody else is going to start to pit. Fuel mileage shouldn't be a problem here, but we'll see what happens. This is one of the shorter races, so this should be a lot of fun. Let's go ahead and get started. You can see Austin Cindric and Noah Gregson on the front row. Mike Harmon didn't practice so well, so he's near the back, and it looks like Ray Black Jr. and Anthony Alfredo both failed technical inspection, so they are at the back. I'll be interested to see if they can work their way to the front. Alright, here we go. We're back at old Darlington, South Carolina. Pace car on pit road, and the SportsClips Help a Hero 200 is green. A 22 lap stage. Whoops, wrong button. I always gotta remember that it's the X down here. So I guess now we get a little longer version of the nose. We now stay underneath Jeffrey Earnhardt. We'll hang tough right here in 14th. Whoa.
Still there.
Man, everybody was starting to stack up. As we come back around, it looks like Brennan Jones will lead lap 1. Here comes Alex LeBay. Oh, there's a throwback scheme. Alex LeBay in that 36 car up there. And I think I also see, not Austin Cindric, but Daniel Hemrick in that number 8 car. He has a John Andretti throwback. So there's a couple of throwback schemes peppered in throughout this race. And I see Michael Annett up here. Oops. Uh-oh. Herbst! Took us right into the wall. Jesus, Herbst. And I definitely now see a throwback scheme up there. That Michael Annett scheme is very important. Let me get this reset. There we go. That Michael Annett scheme, he's thrown it back to when Dale Jr. won the 2002 Daytona 300 with that awesome Oreo car. So we do have our Darlington stripe, and now there we go. There's Michael Annett's car, and you can see that Oreo came back to sponsor that. So that car looks so good. Look at that. 19 laps to go now. Now you'll see too that the track itself, mostly in the turns, they and also all the way around, they actually painted it both white and red. Usually it would be a solid white, but to make the cars look like that they're going by quicker, they some tracks used to put these red rectangles on the wall, so that way it made it look like the cars were actually going faster. As we try to get around Justin Haley now, this is a battle for the 12th position. As you can see, it's a little bit tricky right now. Ah, man. And we did get a little Darlington stripe there. I'm pretty sure by the end of this race, this wall is going to be definitely black with marks from the cars. Now we're going to be getting into the corner, and we're going to get past Jeremy Clements, I hope. Right down the bottom. Can't quite get it done. Up in front of us is Chase Briscoe, and it looks like he has a throwback scheme as well. I think. Let's see if we can get close enough to him to see if we can find out what throwback scheme this might be. And it looks like, yeah, it's a Tony Stewart paint scheme, I think. Yeah, that's his Mobile 1 scheme. So now crack us into the top 10.
All right, you're clear.
Now our car is really starting to come in. There's Noah Gregson, who's dropped back in the 9th position, and Ryan Sieg over there in that 39 machine. Darlington is best known for chewing up the tires. In fact, the reason why is because this surface is so much like a cheese grater. Even though it's had a repave every now and then, the track itself, since it's so close to the sea and everything, there's actually like little shells and stuff. In fact, it's so rough that you can actually grate cheese on this thing.
Careful, still there.
And now we're going to get around Ryan Sieg for 8th position. Oh, he's going to fight us right here. 15 laps to go in this stage.
Clear high, bud.
Now we'll get in there and put us 8th. We can get closer here to Alex LeBay, because right now, as we continue to get better in this race, the tires are actually wearing pretty well, and our car does fairly well. In fact, you can see over there on the screen that our front tires are starting to wear. But the other thing too to remember is that these guys here are probably having a little bit of a hard time on these tires. I actually ran, whoa, little loosey-goosey there. I actually ran several tests to kind of see how we can get this car a lot better, and I found something that'll definitely work. So now we close the gap on Austin Cindric. Nothing was changed difficulty-wise. This is the same difficulty that we've been having, but right now we are making short work of all these guys as we get past Austin Cindric for 6th. Now we'll get closer to Daniel Hemrick. I'm not sure if we can catch Brennan Jones. That would be kind of a tall order, but he is going to start to catch lap traffic. Here's Daniel Hemrick in the John Andretti throwback scheme, the Little Caesars paint scheme, but instead it's Poppy Bank. Crack us into the top 5 now, as we now have 12 to go this time by. I'm also going to try and conserve some tires here. Right now this car is handling really well. Like, this thing's a rocket ship yet again. But I'm also starting to wonder too, like, as our tires continue to wear, these guys are starting to struggle a bit. So we may see some cars come to pit road, but who knows. Gonna go underneath Ross Chastain, and we now hit 11 laps to go in this stage. This is also the race where Ricky Craven and Kurt Busch had their best race ever. It was like probably one of the most barn burner finishes ever, with Ricky Craven edging out Kurt Busch. As we now start to catch some lap traffic, Mike Harmon goes a lap down. Of course, trying to avoid him, we kind of bumped the wall. But no biggie, we're still hanging tough. 10 laps to go in this stage. There was a lag spike right there. God, I really thought that was going to hurt me. So Brennan Jones is leading. Harrison Burton is second in a throwback scheme. It looks like it's the game colors. Justin Allgaier here is third, and we are currently running fourth. I don't see any throwback here on Allgaier. No, there is a throwback. Yeah, look at that. That's another paint scheme Dale Jr. drove. I think he used that to win the nighttime Daytona race a couple years ago. But now, look at this. They're actually starting to get into lap traffic, which is going to give us an opportunity to do some work. As that is the 13 car, I believe? I want to say that is Carl Long. Yeah, there we go. So the 13 car goes a lap down. I think that's... I'll have to double check that and see if that's Timmy Hill or Chad Fincham. Now there goes Morgan Shepherd. I'm sorry, Landon Castle a lap down. Let's go ahead and get around Justin Allgaier here. 8 laps to go in this stage. There we go. So put us up into the top 3. You know what I think I'm going to do? We're currently in the stage point standing. I mean, we're definitely going to get stage points here, but I'm going to conserve my car a little bit. Because I know we have a good car, but I want to conserve this just a little bit. Oh, look at this. Harrison Burton got held up by Jeff Green. And yes, that is the game colors. If you remember Gain as a soap detergent, Jeff Burton used to drive the number 9 Gain Ford in the Xfinity Series. Now these guys are really starting to catch lap traffic, so that's going to play a huge factor, as there goes Joe Graff Jr. a lap down. I'm gonna hang right here. I'm not gonna push the envelope. Now we're gonna get around. Looks like Colby Howard. So he's gonna go a lap down. You can see how much these lap cars are starting to struggle. They absolutely need a yellow, or they just need to stage the end. Is really what it boils down to. Now they're gonna get hung up again. I can't tell who that is. That looks like it's CJ McLaughlin, and McLaughlin will hold up Harrison Burton, so put us up in a second. Yeah, look at how much these lap cars are actually holding everybody up. Now, I know we have a good car. I know we can win stage 1, but at this point right now, we're just gonna hang right here.
5 to go, 5 to go.
I'm not really wanting to take the lead just yet.
All right, you're clear.
I know we have a good car and all, but I kind of want to just save it. I don't really want to use up my stuff just yet. So we'll go ahead and hang tough right here. That's also a throwback scheme for Eric Jones. But wow, you can see how everybody's just struggling on these tires. There goes Joe Nemechek a lap down in the 47 machine. Let's go ahead and give Brennan Jones just a little bump to say hi. How are you? Oh. Got a little too wide and a little too high up there. Taking it into turn 3 and 4. Now you will notice too, for anybody that's new to watching Darlington, you'll notice that it's an egg-shaped track. When they were building this track back in the 50s, a local farmer that actually lives nearby the racetrack didn't want his minnow pond disturbed. So what ended up happening? They pinched in the turn 3 and 4, and that's how Darlington got its unique shape like this. And what's interesting too is that right there, that we just passed, that used to be the start-finish line way back in the day. And then they moved it over here. Now we're trying a little something here because as Brennan Jones is lapping more cars, it put us right there behind him. But I think I'm just content to ride with him right here, because I know our car is pretty good. As Cesar Baccarella goes a lap down, and Tommy Joe Martin's back there got a lap down as well. Oh, don't run that wall too high. Now we're gonna put, I think that's Brennan Brown, a lap down. Oh boy. Ugh, shit. Yep. What happened there was that for some reason the game decided to lag and it caused that little issue. White flag is out for stage number 1. Let's see if we can make short work of Bobby Brown. Not Bobby Brown! No! Save it! Wow. Okay, note to self, don't use the bottom of the track to try and pass. Especially when you got bad tires. So, our second place has been reduced down to 5th, but as you can clearly see, we're able to get back up to speed. So Brennan Jones is going to win this stage, but boy, the car has got a problem. I don't know if it's because we lost tires or something, but hey, at least we got stage points, so we're going to finish 5th in this stage. God. So there's the top 5 on who's going to get stage points, and looks like Jeremy Clements also gets stage points as well. Now, is there anybody else coming to pit? Yeah, look at that. Everybody's coming to pit, so thank goodness for that. We're not going to repair the damage. I'm going to take some tape off the front. Everything else looks pretty good, so, you know what? Yeah. Alright, let's do it and see what happens. Alright, this puts us in the 3rd position, so we did gain 2 positions as Justin Allgaier loses 2. Here we go, stage 2, and green flag in stage number 2. This is a shorter stage, about 19 laps. As you can see, we have a really good car right there. We actually got a decent jump, but couldn't do anything with it. Here comes Ross Chastain to the outside. Chastain will hold the outside. Here comes Daniel Hemrick as well. Remember, our car is not as good on the short runs because this is actually one of those setups that that it needs a longer run. Once we get about 5 laps in, and this car really starts to come to life. And there we have lights here at Darlington. Darlington actually has 2 races. It used to have 1, but we used to run the Southern 500, and then there was the regular race at the beginning, which usually fell on Mother's Day weekend. Now Harrison Burton is taking the race lead away from Brennan Jones, and he makes it easy. Currently, we're back here in the 5th position. Here comes Justin Allgaier. He's going to try and take us on the high side. I'm pretty sure he will because our car, like I said, gets better on the longer runs. There's a good look at the paint scheme that he's running. Now, what's also interesting, too, is that when we come back here again later in the year, all these throwback schemes, I'm pretty sure, will be back on the car. So maybe we'll have a second throwback scheme. Who knows? 16 laps to go here in stage number 2.
Inside. All clear. Farther on the inside. All right, you're clear.
Kind of went down and blocked Ryan Sieg a little bit. But now I can feel the car starting to come to me, which is good news. Plus, since this stage is 2 laps shorter than the first stage, by the time the checkered flag falls, the car will be at full song for sure. I took some tape off the grill because see how our oil temperature is at 230? I didn't want it to get up any higher because if we get into the 240s or even the 250s, then we're going to be screwed.
Inside. All clear.
So we're hanging tough here in 6. From the looks of it, Harrison Burton is leading, Brennan Jones is 2nd, 3rd might be Ross Chastain, 4th is Justin Allgaier, 5th is Daniel Hemrick, we're running 6th, 7th is Ryan Sieg, and 8th is Jeremy Clements. Nice run for Clements. I'm glad to see him running so well. trying to concentrate here on how this goes. Looks like one car is out of the race. I'll have to double check and see who that is. Okay, we're getting a little high there. This car is starting to come to me. 13 laps to go. Now, because this is a shorter stage, I don't think they're gonna catch lap traffic. So we're gonna have to see just how good this car is gonna go. And it looks like we're starting to close the gap on Daniel Hemrick. Because now we're catching him a 10th a lap, it looks like, which is pretty good. Yeah, now we're starting to close the gap. This is about the time when everybody's car starts to wear out. Because I bet you they're running a much tighter setup, which is also screwing them up a little bit. 12 to go this time by. We'll get in here behind Hemrick's draft. Now let's make sure that we don't pass the cars too much below that white line. We saw what happened earlier in the race. Thankfully, there wasn't a yellow flag, but we probably could have used one. Anyway, let's see if we can float up here underneath John Andretti, or excuse me, Daniel Hemrick for 5th place. There we go. I mean, John Andretti did drive a Little Caesars car that looked like that, so you know. There's Ross Chastain ahead of us, along with Justin Allgaier. Harrison Burton is really coming on strong, and I think I'm starting to see them catch the lap cars. 10 to go in stage number 2. We don't necessarily have to go for the stage wins. All we got to do is just be right there at the end. But we also got to be really careful trying to pass these guys, as we now make short work of Ross Chastain. So he will now go back into the 4th position. Now we'll get in behind Justin Allgaier for a little bit. Ooh, Allgaier's struggling. So I think we're going to go ahead and make a move here on him. See if we can get him going into turn 1 and 2. Float it way down into the corner, pick up the gas. Up to 3rd we go.
Careful, still there. All clear.
Whoa! Can feel that rear end starting to kick out. Harrison Burton now has a 1-second lead ahead of us, but we are definitely closing the gap right now on Brennan Jones, and we're going to make short work of him. I forget which paint scheme this is, but it's a really nice one. It's a very nice apple-y looking one. We now have 8 to go. Looks like that's Mike Harmon that's about to go a lap down again. Yep, that's Mike Harmon. So we'll make short work of him. Holy cow. Kind of pushed into him a little bit. Now it's just us and Harrison Burton right here. See if we can make short work of him and get around him. 7 laps to go. I really like seeing the game colors again. That car was always so cool looking. Wow, he kind of parked the bus a little bit in that turn. But so far, so good. But now we're going to have to use some of the lap traffic here. There we go. Put us into the race lead. And yes, that is Chad Fincham that is in that 13 car. Alright, 6 to go in this stage, and we now have the race lead. Oh, had to be really careful trying to get around Landon Castle. Castle's going to hold up Harrison Burton right there. But now we have the lead at Darlington. We always seem to be up there near the front during stage number 2, because now we're starting to lap these cars. They're just getting really in the way. In fact, take a look at the gaps there. Second is still about a second behind me, but if you notice, Allgaier, Jones, and Chastain, they have major gaps. Because once again, I think a lot of these cars are starting to struggle. So we are probably going to see everybody come back to pit road for tires. I mean, I cannot see us not pitting again. That would just be weird. So now we got a 1.5 second lead ahead of Harrison Burton, but I think some of it is because of these lap cars. CJ McLaughlin goes a lap down. Matt Mills is about to go a lap down, but he's going to give me the high side. Thank you very much.
Bottom free. Use it if you need it.
Now, you don't have to be too cocky about this car. You can actually be a little bit smooth right now. And that's what we're doing, is that we're just being nice and smooth here. Don't need to make any big mistakes. We put Joe Nemechek a lap down again. Whoa.
All right, you're clear.
3 laps to go in this stage. It looks like we're going to win this one. And there's the number 90 car of Josh Williams. I believe this is a throwback scheme as well. I think. I can't remember if that's a throwback scheme or not. I'll have to look that up.
Clear high.
And now we're going to get in behind Brennan Brown. And who else is back here? I believe that's Tommy Joe Martins. Yep.
All right, you're clear.
So now there's only 24 cars in the lead lap, I believe, as we got 2 to go this time.
Here you go, driver.
2 to go in stage number 2. Nice and easy through the corners. And right now, Harrison Burton is almost 4 seconds behind us, because I think he's having a hard time trying to get around all these lap traffic cars. There's Cesar Baccarella. Ouch. I kind of bumped in the wall a little bit. But we're going to need to get around Cesar Baccarella here as we get the white flag for stage number 2.
Careful, still there. 1 more to go.
So there's the white flag for stage number 2. Now we're going to get closer to Vinnie Miller, which means there will be only 22 cars in the lead, or 21 cars in the lead lap, I should say.
Clear high.
There he goes. There he goes, a lap down. We also need to double check what car is out of the race, because I know that there was a slower dot out there. But coming out of turn 3 and 4, add another stage victory to our piling up total, as we will win stage number 2 here at Darlington.
Took that stage. Great job.
Alright. Harrison Burton, Al Geyer, Jones, Chastain, Ray Black Jr., remember him? Clement, Sieg, and LeBay, top 10. Man, Ray Black Jr. came back from the back of the pack to come up here and battle for a top 10. Alright, let's see if everybody's pitting. They're not. Okay. Oh boy. Our tires are going to be really weird. But do I go ahead and pit for tires and give up track position? You know, there's only 21 cars on the lead lap, and we'll have a 20-some-odd lap dash. I say we come in. I say we go ahead and roll the dice. Come in, get some fresh tires, and see what we can do. So we'll give up the track position for new tires. Let's see if this is going to help us. Alright, for stage 3, how about a little crank it up?
Car high. Careful. Careful, still there. All clear. Careful, still there. Stay low, stay low. All right, clear outside. Careful, still there. Still there. All clear.
Made our way up there into 13th, and everybody's just kind of parking the bus right now. This is interesting because we did take the newer tires, so everybody else is currently on the older set of tires. So I think right now everybody is just kind of hanging on for dear life. So we now got 25 laps to go. We're going to be cracking the top 10 here in just a few seconds.
Clear high.
There's Austin Cindric ahead of us in the money line machine, so he'll go a lap down.
All right, clear outside.
See, I was a little bit concerned about our tires, because I didn't really want to know what was going to happen if we chose not to pit. And I think we would have been just fine, but I wanted the fresh rubber. So that'll put us up into the 8th position now, which means now we should be able to start chasing down these guys, because it's not a question of when our car comes alive. It's a question of how fast do we catch these guys. We now are going to go underneath Jeremy Clements, because as you can see, we do have the newer rubber. We also have plenty of fuel. I went ahead and just did a full-on pit stop. 4 tires, fuel, everything. I meant to take a look and see who fell out of the race. "23 laps to go now in this stage. As we continue, Harrison Burton is the race leader. Brennan Jones is second. Third, I can't tell who that is, because Ross Chastain's right here. And now we got Daniel Hemrick right here in the number 8 machine. How about we do this? Let's go ahead and make it 3 wide going into the corner. Oh, that was a fool's errand right there, because we did make a little contact with Ross Chastain. Just about wrecking the dude. And now put us into the 5th position, but you know, we could actually make these moves a little bit better. All right, now up ahead, there's Ray Black Jr., who's been at the back, and I'm pretty sure he's going to get the most made up positions award, or the on the move award, because I think he started way back in last, and now he's going to be way back here in 5th. Has now put us into the 4th position. 21 laps remain. In front of us, we have Harrison Burton, Justin Allgaier, and Brennan Jones. You know, back in the day, when you led a lap, that was actually 5 bonus points if you lead 1 lap. But if you led the most of the race, you get another 5 bonus points. That would give you 10. Nowadays, I don't think they award for anything now, because the point standings are a little bit on the wonky side. Up to 3rd we go. 20 laps to go now in this final stage. Justin Allgaier almost got a snoot full of our rear end there. We're gonna get in behind Brennan Jones here. We're definitely going to catch lap traffic, so I'm just going to bide my time a little bit. And I know we still have fresher tires than everybody else. You can see that somebody turned in a 30.80. I really want to know who got the fastest lap there. 19 to go in this stage. We do have the better tires, but I'm kind of just biding my time a little bit. Don't necessarily want to take the lead just yet, because I know we can do it. But here's the thing about it. You don't want to use up your stuff too soon, especially if you have a good car like we do. I mean, this thing is actually coming alive big time. Because look at this. Everybody else, I mean, look at Justin Allgaier and Ray Black Jr. They are falling way behind. I mean, look at that. They're almost a second behind us, but we're the only 3. I have a feeling that this is going to be the big 3 right here, which is myself, Harrison Burton, and Brennan Jones. However, with me in the category, I don't consider it a big 3, but what are you going to do? And then, I don't know who the 4th driver is going to be, but I have a feeling when it comes to Phoenix, these 3 right here, us, Harrison Burton, and Brennan Jones, will be there at Phoenix to battle for the Xfinity title. 17 to go this time by. And you can see how much slower they are. Did you guys catch that? Our previous lap was a 32.49. That's how bad these cars are falling off. So let's go ahead and start making some moves here. I think it's go time. So we're gonna get around Brennan Jones, nice and easy through here. Almost had a problem. Yeah, these guys are really starting to struggle. And now he's gonna get held up behind Mike Harmon again. And there we go. So put us into the race lead at Darlington. Man, he got held up big time. Let's take a look at the tires really quick. Looks like everything is going pretty good with that. In fact, just for the geeks in this series, let's go ahead and take a look at the tire temps. You can see that the inner liner of the tire is actually getting hotter than the outside tires. But now we have the race lead with 15 laps remaining. Oh, landing castle basically shut the door on us right there. Not a good idea, bro. But now let's see how our best lap time is compared to the others. Because remember, they're running 32s. So on these new sets of tires, as we try to get around the lap traffic, see if it improves on this lap. And we'll get a good idea of how well we're running. Okay, it's a 31.64 because we had to get around these lapped cars, but you can already see that we're running a full second ahead of Harrison Burton in all of this. So keeping it nice and tidy up here. Let's see here. CJ McLaughlin might ruin our lap. No, he does not. So we go underneath, but let's see what our fastest lap is going to be on this run. See how it looks, stay out of the draft. Yeah, see, 31.41. Everybody else is running 32s because they have. Whoa, no! Again, that happens.
Yellow's down. Anchor down.
Whew, and a red. Okay, wow. Well, at least we didn't get any damage from it, but now it's gonna put us in an 11-lap dash. Don't need to come to pit road, but I had a feeling that was gonna happen. But here we go. Nobody came to pit road, so everybody's on their oldest set right now. Meanwhile, our tires are eons newer, so here we go. Green flag.
Hard from the outside. All right, you're clear.
Got a great jump with 10 laps to go now. And again, everybody, nothing changed between the last race and this race. Because this is still on like 101% in terms of difficulty. Oh, car got wicked tight. Because I think now we're starting to feel the effects of what this car is going to do. But we got 9 to go, and this could be another victory for us, which could be huge. In our Truck Series playthrough, we had about 10 wins during the regular season, and then I think we had something like about 4 wins in the playoffs. So we were pretty stout that year. We were pretty stout during that whole thing. But I'll tell you, if this is a good indicator of what Darlington's going to be like when we come back here later, then we have a pretty damn good car. 8 laps to go this time by. We already are at a 3-second lead ahead of Harrison Burton. Brennan Jones currently 3rd, Justin Allgaier 4th, Ray Black Jr. 5th. I can tell that the worn tires are starting to show themselves a little bit because the car now feels a little bit looser, and it also feels a little tighter right here. Coming to the line, I believe there's 6 to go. Let's see, 6? No, 7 to go. I'm trying to short myself a race. Or a few laps. But we were not the dominant car here, but we did have the fastest car for sure. Now, I don't know if we're going to take this car to another racetrack, or if we're just going to keep it our Darlington setup, but this thing is really, really, really good. I'm really impressed with the way that this car is handling. And we're just going to continue to open the door. But there's still a few laps left, so I'm not going to count my chickens just yet before they hatch, because you never know. There could be another caution, there could be something else. You know, you never know what's going to happen. But I'll tell you, we got a commanding lead now, 6 seconds ahead of Harrison Burton. And now I'm starting to wonder if these teams should have come in for tires, but now we know this, that when we come back here, all we gotta do is just lap up to a certain point, and then we can take some traditional. We can come in and take tires. But right now, look at that, 7.5 seconds, because their tires are completely worn out. Ours still have a good amount of rubber on them. I want to say that their tires could be on 30% rubber right now, or even 30% life. You know what? Let's see if we can get that. Let's see if we can get that fastest lap award. Just to cause insult to injury. Let's see what happens. I don't think we can do that. I think I'd have to have better tires for it, but let's see how this run goes on this lap. 30.907. So it's getting up there, but we hit the wall again. I don't think we're going to get to the record lap, which I want to know exactly who posted that, because my god, that was a good lap. I don't think that was us, because I didn't really have a look-see at our lap times. Oh boy. Yep. Okay. We're not going to get the fastest lap here, because that slide up was not very good at all. Coming to the line, we will have 3 laps to go this time. Now we have a huge 11-second lead ahead of Harrison Burton. Whoa. Almost got into Mike Harmon. Because now we're starting to catch the lap traffic. It's not going to cause us too many problems, I don't think. But again, taking fresh tires is what you got to do to win here at Darlington. Had to feather the gas right there. Now we got to get through these lap cars. 2 to go this time. We win this one. This will become our 3rd win of the season. And it looks like that, just like in our truck series, every odd race we seem to be the winner of. Oh, a caution comes out. Who is it? Who was it? Looks like it was Tommy Joe Martins that had an issue. And it looks like it's Ross Chastain and Austin Hill. So Ross Chastain's one of the cars that decided that it was going to wreck. Wow, that's going to hurt him in the point standings. But now we go to overtime. So here we go. It's a green-white checker finish. Let's see what happens with this. Here we go, and green flag is out. Got a much better jump than everybody else. Definitely got a much better jump, which is actually pretty cool. But this also gave everybody a chance to cool their tires down, but it's not going to work. Especially, whoa, boy. Holy cow. Oh, rear tires were just screaming at me right there. Yeah, I think I'm glad that we're now at the very end here with our tires starting to wear thin. But here we go. We're going to come out of turn 4. Going to get the white flag presented by Credit One Bank. See if we can hang on to this sucker, because this thing is loose as hell now. Very loose as hell. I bounce off the wall. But will that be enough for Harrison Burton to catch me? You can actually hear me fighting with the wheel right now, because holy shnikes, this thing is very loose. You can also see my hood's a little bit up. Here we go into turn 3 and 4. Nice and easy through here. Ah, we hit the wall again. But is that going to be enough? It will not be enough for the field to catch us. But we will win at Darlington in the Help a Hero 200! Holy cow, that was good. Alright. So, we did it with the worn tires, but now we don't need them anymore. So let's strike a match and burn it down. Dominating once again. We didn't lead every single lap. But, once again, it shows just how powerful this number 46 is. And since it is a throwback week, since it is a throwback race, let's go ahead and do something very special here. We're doing a Polish victory lap. This was popularized by the late great Alan Kowicki. Whenever he won a race, he would do a lap backwards around the track. Usually kept towards the short tracks and the 1-mile ovals. And then after he passed away, or after he was killed in a plane crash, other drivers started doing it, including Dale Earnhardt and Rusty Wallace, who at the end of the season both held flags for the fallen Alan Kowicki and Davey Allison. You can hear everybody cheering as we honor them with this Polish victory lap. We'll stop it on the start-finish line, so that way Fox can get some interviews going and stuff. Interesting how they put Chad Fincham's car there at the front of pit road, because usually that's where the pole sitter would go. So yeah, let's go ahead and park it like nice and tidy right here. Perfect. Wow, that was good. That was a really fun event. And we had a really, really good car. I will admit, this thing was just absolutely amazing. made some pretty good passes, too. And I don't know if we'll run this car again in another track, but I know we'll run it again here at Darlington. Jesus, did you see that? Let's look at that again. Let's see that move again, because watch how much the car just yoink. Wow. That was really that was too close for comfort. And then that's where I spun out. Here's a better look at the Pancho Carter car. And then we took the checkered flag in 5th place because of that incident. And Brandon Jones had won that stage. So way to go! So Brennan Jones won one of the stages, and we won the other 2. Harrison Burton had a great finish. And you can see the top 10 right there. In the point standings, we now have a good 65-point lead ahead of Brennan Jones, as now we have 3 wins for the season so far. Riley Herbst and Harrison Burton continue to be the only other 2 that are currently locked in based on points, and Justin Haley moves up into the 12th position in points. I gotta tell you, that Pancho Carter car was amazing. That car was just on fire tonight. Maybe I'll run it again when we come back here at Darlington. So Harrison Burton got the fastest lap award of 30:46, pretty good for him. We led the most laps at 29, because once we got out front there was no stopping us. Ray Black Jr. gets the On the Move award, and who got the Tough Break award? Was it Ross Chastain? Yes, it was. Dang. Well, that's not good for him. That's definitely not good for him. Alright. So, our next race is going to be another cool one. We're heading to Charlotte Motor Speedway for the Alsco 300. That should be a really fun race. Then after that, it's off to Bristol, where it'll be the Cheddar's Scratch Kitchen 300. There will also be something else that we'll be doing there as well. Actually, I don't think at Bristol, but maybe a little later at Atlanta Motor Speedway for the Echo Park Automotive 250. So that's going to do it for this race. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys want to see more of these races, make sure you leave a like and a comment. Don't forget to subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time when we run the Alsco 300 from Charlotte. Until then, take care.